So technically this channel is operating in relatively undisturbed air. Okay? And when does ETL usually occur? 16 to 24 knots, baby. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to make a video to give you some study guide material. I'm just going to use this guy as an example. Legionary, he commented and said, hey, I'm a fixed wing pilot. I have 500 plus hours, MVG time. I was a prior service dude, whatever. So I was like, cool, you'll probably have more fun than I did, just because I never flew before. I didn't know what was going on, and it was stressful trying to learn all that at one go. Just get a hold of 95.1 and read over the Army standards. Civilian and military, very different. So, writing that, I'm thinking that he already knows what 95.1 is. Maybe he doesn't, maybe he does, I don't know. But got me thinking, like, okay, well, maybe I should at least make a video on how to access the information. My dog's about to bark, I apologize. Maybe not, she's just turned around. What am I saying? Anyways, study guide material, right? So, okay, so study guide material. Let's open source this, right? I was playing around on Google earlier. Nope, that's not it. Let's see here. UH-60 A-Part Study Guide. So, if you know you're going to fly Blackhawks, this is a really good guide for you. If you know you're just going to fly in the Army, this will also work. Now, as far as the systems go and stuff, it'll be different, but some of the sections in this study guide will help you, like aerodynamics, aeromedical factors. Let's just get into it, and I'll show you. So you click here, right? And the website is uh60studyguide.com. Again, you might be flying Chinooks, you might be flying Apaches, you might be flying whatever, but there's sections in this study guide that will help you. And maybe you already know somebody in your unit that can give you like a airframe specific guide. Great, you know, that's awesome. But maybe you don't. I didn't have that many people I could reach out to before I went to flight school to find this material, so I didn't even know what to type into Google to look up to find it. I knew that I wanted it, and I wanted to study ahead of time. I just didn't know what to get and how to get it, I guess. So anyways, long story short, uh60studyguide.com. Again, if you're flying 60s, it's a great one. If you're just flying in general but you don't know a lot about flying, or you don't have study material, also great. So UH-60 A-Part Study Guide is what you want. You can also do, actually, let's check out the quizzes. We'll hold out on the... Oh, look at that. You can do... Dang. You can do a bunch of stuff. So, yeah, see, your VFR sectional, regardless of what you fly, you're going to have to know that. So that's cool. Let's just do a little guy here. Oh, you can look at the cockpit. Sweet. Okay. I don't know. Okay, let's just go back. You can identify these emergency procedures. Okay, get started, I guess. Okay, never mind. Interact, we don't want to do that. Never mind, we went down a... Alright, let's go back. I wasted a little bit of time there. No big deal. Okay, so anyway, quizzes are there. You can probably figure that out. Blog, additional resources. Let's just check that out. You got emergency procedures. So you 100% will have to learn your 5 and 9s. And that's what these are. So your emergency procedures and limitations, they're going to be in here. You can download them, and you can fill them out or whatever you got to do. But let's focus on the study guide part, right? So, study guide, it's awesome. You go down to the bottom here, you put your name in, boop, boop, boop. Email, I agree. I'm going to have like 6 of these because I've done this. I've tried to make this video before and it just couldn't get it right. Anyways, so if you are flying, if you need this video, you're probably flying mic models. If you don't already have a mic model study guide, that's what the dudes in flight school are learning on, is mic models. If you, maybe you're going to a Lima unit and you need to learn the Lima stuff. I personally fly the Limas, but the folks in flight school are flying the mics. So let's download the mics, even though I don't fly those anymore, and just check it out, right? So you got a pretty cool picture here. Look at these fancy aviators in the snow with their maps up, just being super cool looking, right? So check this out. MVGs, yeah, and night operations. Gonna be the same for the most part in all the helicopters. Emergency procedures might be a little different. Limitations might be a little different. Systems, different. Regulation and publications, gonna be the same. 95-1. That's what I was getting at with that comment. 95-1 here. Army aviation SOP is going to be the same. Aerodynamics is going to be the same. Aeromedical factors is going to be the same. Performance planning is going to probably, I don't know. So Mike models, we have the 701 Deltas. We have 701 Deltas in the Limas as well. So same engines. Slightly different. They're different wings or different airfoils, rotor wings, whatever you want to call them, rotor blades. The Mikes versus Lima, so maybe a little different, but PPC you're going to have to learn anyway, so you might as well just learn what is in the PPC. Pre-flight expanded steps, if you're not flying Blackhawks, ignore that one. Startup shutdown warnings, cautions, notes, probably ignore that one. Base task standards, different in different aircrafts, but base tasks are base tasks, so I would imagine throughout all of Army aviation, it's a plus or minus 10 knots, plus or minus 10 degrees, like all the things, right? Army aviation doctrines, tactic, yeah. So like night vision stuff, great. Look over at that. Look how much stuff is in here. What is a field of view with MVGs? I don't know, man. 40 degrees, baby. So you're gonna have to know that. The 3 sources of power available. It's just getting ahead. So like you if you've been to flight school, you know this, you've been over this, you've been given this a bunch of different times. I'm just trying to provide a resource that you can look ahead of time, or maybe you're tired of reading your old same stuff. I look at the same study guides relatively like consistently, so sometimes you just want something new format or whatever. So MVG stuff is all here. You got pages and pages of it. Vision limitations at night, visual illusions. So your visual illusions going to be the same. It's going to be the same no matter what you fly. Spatial disorientation is spatial disorientation, and there's different ways to get messed up, and these are the ways and how to identify them. If you fly a Blackhawk, or if you fly a Lakota, or if you fly a 64, Vection is Vection. So, and that's right here what I'm talking about. Or induced motion. I made a video on this the other day, types of vision and like parts of your eyeball. It was super dry. Nobody watched it, which I can't blame you because I don't even want to watch it. But yeah, it's all in here. You can read over it. Distance estimation and depth perception. You're going to have to know that. Monocular cues. You're going to have to know those. So there's a lot of good information in here. Dark adaptation, you're going to have to know. And this is just for Army aviation. I seriously doubt anybody's going to ask you half this stuff on like if you're getting your PPL or something, but you never know. It never hurts to know stuff. Yep, illusions. Beginning morning nautical twilight. Before morning nautical twilight. Ooh, my bad. See, I'm even rusty. Look at that. And then into evening nautical twilight. Awesome. And I was thinking, if you guys have any ideas or anything you want me to go over, just tell me. I was thinking about going over like a weather brief and just showing you guys the weather brief that we get and reading over the weather brief, if that'd be something you'd be wanting to do. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, guys. I don't know what to make videos on, and it's kind of iffy to fly with a GoPro and film what I'm doing, so I don't know. I'm trying to give you what I can give you, you know. So what are we in here? Emergency procedures. This is going to be the same. If it's red, it's bad. If it's yellow, it's kind of bad. If it's green, it's great. You know, land as soon as possible, land as soon as practicable. Those might be different in different aircrafts. I don't know. I know in the not in the Limas, in the Lakotas, they were slightly different than the Blackhawks. But even if you don't memorize them or like know them verbatim, even if you just look over them and you get familiar with like, okay, this aircraft has land as soon as possible and land as soon as practicable. What does that mean? Oh, it means kind of at your own discretion. And then it means like right now, wherever you have to save yourself and not kill anybody. So good stuff to know. Lockout, put in the comment if you guys fly something that you can do lockout in. The Blackhawk is the only thing that I think I've ever flown that you can with engine power control over, so you can go boop. But anyways, emergency procedures you probably don't care about if you're not flying Blackhawks. If you are, 100% devote some time to figuring this out, because the underlying steps in these you have to memorize. You have to be able to do it from memory, and there is no time. Like, if you lose tail rotor effectiveness, do you really want to be wondering what to do? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like, lost during cruise flight, right yaw becomes uncontrollable. Guess what you got to do, baby? This right here to stay alive. So, anyways, I'm getting kind of rambly, I guess. Limitations you're not going to care about if you're not flying Blackhawks. If you are flying Blackhawks, this is important stuff. I'm not trying to say that it's not. It is very important, and you will have somebody very angry at you if you do not know them. Max gross weight, blah, blah. Aircraft specific is what I'm trying to say, though. Like, if you're flying something else, you might not care about this. But you will want to know. Let's see. Let's get down here. Let's get down here to something cool. LDI, leak detection. We don't care. Regulations, populations. Ha! Here we go. ATP requirements. How many days are you allowed RO1 next? Okay, so this is different. And I'll just preface, like, active duty and guard have different times that they can do it, but it does give you the reference. So you can go in 45 days, what happened. So if you are questioning this, or if you're like, what's going on here, you can just go to this TC 3TAC 04.11, and it will tell you exactly what's going on. This is what I was trying to tell the other dude on the comments to go look up. Army Regulation 95.1. So you can go on armypubs.com and put your CAT card in. If it's controlled, if it's uncontrolled, you can just download it. But AR 95.1. And in that, it says right here, if you are removed from RL1 due to training, proficiency, or reclassification to RL2 or RL3, you must still meet ATP requirements for RL1. Yes. So it's just little nugget things that you're going to have to know. But if you want to read the whole thing, it's right here in this book. So, I don't know. It's good stuff, I feel like. Anyway, continuing. AR 95.1 currency. What is my NVG currency requirement? And that's in the 3TAC 0411, or .11 is what a lot of people say. At least 1 hour of flight in the aircrew category or aircraft category, flight controls while wearing NVG 60 days. Once every 60 days to stay current. If you don't do that, you have to get recurrency, which means you go up with IP, and they're like, hey, you're not retarded, and then you get current again. So, anyways, so a lot of good information here. Not necessarily aircraft specific. So, here you go. Here's some stuff that you're going to get asked all the time in the AIM. What are the two regulatory types of airspace used? Special use airspace, prohibited and restricted. Boom. So just good stuff to look over. And if you're like just like that other guy, if you have 500 hours, you probably already know that. But it is nice to look up on this stuff because I don't know if you've noticed or not, but we are like not even halfway through this thing, and it is huge. It's huge. There's so much stuff. And how much of this can you put in your brain at once? Probably not all of it. So by the time you get pretty good, you're feeling pretty good about something, you forget something else. So that's just kind of just how it goes. At least with me, I have to constantly study this stuff because I'll just forget something. Yep, public, there we go. We were in that. So let's just get to something cool here real quick. That was some VFR stuff. Yep, so you got airspace, how it's depicted on the map. Yep, cool. There's your day, night, cloud clearances. You got a lot of good stuff in here. So this is probably just me rambling for... This is important. What are helicopter fuel reserve requirements for VFR and IFR? You're going to know this by the time you get any sort of time anywhere, because anytime you take off, somebody's going to ask you, or when you follow your flight plan or whatever, they're going to be like, okay, is that reserve time? And then if you look like you don't know what they're talking about, they're going to be like, well, how much reserve time do we need? And then you have to be able to say, okay, 20 minutes VFR, 30 minutes IFR. Now, I am not I don't have a PPL in fixed wing yet, but I have been studying fixed wing stuff, and I believe it's 30 minutes and 45 minutes for the civilian side of things. You can put in the comments what you think. So how long is your weather forecast valid? 1 hour and 30 minutes from forecast is received. So, boom. Just stuff you're going to have to know, you know. Where is Army Aviation SOP. Cool. 1 hour of unaided flight every semi-annual period. Cool. RL1, RL2 aviators are authorized to operate APU regardless of seat destination unless otherwise restricted by commander. Okay. Just stuff. Just stuff, right? It ain't going to hurt you to know, though, or to look over, or at least when you get to your unit, you can kind of know what's going on. Or they can be like, hey, go start that helicopter, and be like, actually, I can't because I'm RL3. Or whatever, you know? Here we go. This is the fun stuff. So, right here, bread and butter, aerodynamics. Even if you just get this section down before you go to flight school, it's going to make your life a lot easier. I'm telling you, dynamic rollover. What is it? You know? What angle is critical? Is it the critical angle? I don't know. I'm probably, this video is probably too long already. But you get what I'm saying. Resultant relative wind. Got to know what that is. In-ground effect versus out-of-ground effect. I actually was thinking about getting, oops. Where'd it go? I was thinking about getting this tattoo, like, on my leg. Like, I was thinking about getting this one on my foot, like, right in front of my ankle. Like, right where my, you know, your foot's like this, and your leg's like this, like right here in the crease where your ankle is. I was thinking about getting the in-ground effect one, and then on my kneecap getting the out-of-ground effect one. I thought that'd be kind of funny. But probably not with the helicopter. I'll probably have, like, the arrows in little circles, but just no helicopter in the middle. I don't know. Maybe it's lame. I don't know. Or maybe I'll get this angle of it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, this is dosimetry lift. Look at that. I'm pretty sure... Effective translational lift. I forgot what the channel name was there for a second. Difference of lift is it... Alright, so... Dang. I thought we were going to get translating tendency. What are we? Effective translational lift. ETL. Where's ETL? ETL. Alright. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. It's a good study guide. Compressibility, transverse flow. Oh, here we go. This is the highlight of our channel right here. Effective translational lift. What is ETL? ETL is the increase of efficiency of rotor blades once a helicopter outruns the circulation of old vortex and vortices and begins to work in relatively undisturbed air. So technically, this channel is operating in relatively undisturbed air. Okay. And when does ETL usually occur? 16 to 24 knots, baby. Here we go. We got a diagram right here. So transverse flow effect, 10 to 20. Yeah, so you got a nice little diagram, angle of attack, induced flow, relative wind. You got all this stuff. Yeah, and then even this, dude. Like even this is great. Airfoil. It's like label the parts, you know, and then you got to go label the parts. Aeromedical factors. Bleh. You know, don't drink before you fly. Pretty easy. I'm being facetious. This stuff is so dry, man. You just got to buckle down and learn it. It is what it is, though. Middle ear discomfort, the Valsalvo maneuver. Yeah. So anyway, this is way too long. Performance planning. Well, actually, this is gonna. Okay, so I was thinking maybe it had like a PPC for a Black Hawk specifically because they're all a little different. But you're going to have to know this stuff, too. What does max torque available represent? You know? So. Yep. So, okay. So, this is probably long enough. I've milked this enough. The only people that are probably going to watch this are the people that clicked on this video and then walked away to, like, make something to eat. And then it's just going on in the background. But pre-flight steps. Cool. We can run through this. I'm going to make a pre-flight video, I'm pretty sure. Warnings, cautions, and notes. It ain't gonna hurt to read over this, but again, if you're not flying Blackhawks, then whatever. Base tasks. That was a serious task. So I was gonna. This is originally what I planned on making the video on. Was the ATM tasks. And before you get all crazy on me, ATM stands for Air Crew Task Management. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's just got stuff. Just stuff. So level 1000 tasks are your base tasks. Level 2000 tasks are like harder stuff, like sling loads and stuff. And then level 3000 tasks are mission specific tasks. So, yeah. You just gotta read through these. I don't know, man. Perform fuel management procedures. God, I hate doing fuel checks, man. I know it's important, but like, it sucks. Because we know that we have 2.5 hours. I know you should track it. I know you need to do your pounds per hour. Normally I put in there like 900 or 950 an hour, and a lot of times if you're a cruise, it's like 810 or whatever. So I estimate on the higher side a lot of times for flight planning, and I always make sure I have reserve. I know that it could. I know it's important. It's just annoying. It's one of those things. Performance planning procedures, perform unusual attitude recovery. So this is new. This is a new thing. It used to be always head towards Troy, Alabama, and you'll learn that one. Attitude, heading, torque, trim, airspeed. It is different now. I don't know if I'm at liberty to say how it's different, but it has changed. So that's, just keep in mind that's different. All right, aviation doctrine. Okay, this is other stuff. So this is Army indoctrination that I never learned because I was a Marine. What does CAB stand for? Who cares, dude? I don't know. I don't know what it stands for. It stands for Air Cavalry Squadron. I know what it stands for, but I'm just saying, like, in retrospect. Or I'm sorry. What does ACS stand for in regards to battalion or squadron element of a CAB? Air Cap. You know, you get what I'm saying. You read it. You read it, you learn it. You read it, you learn it. Yeah. Yep. Good stuff. I'm going to have to look through this. Okay, we got to the end. So, A-part, study guide, cool, mic model, awesome, donate. Give him $5. I would, honestly. The Quizlet is pretty dope. I saw somebody that had it. I don't have it, but it is worth it. So, shout out to these guys, whoever this is. Hopefully you're making money off of this. I honestly would sell this for, like, I don't know, updated version. You could easily sell this for like $50, I bet. At least 25. But it is a very comprehensive study guide. Again, MVGs. I think you. Oh, look at that! You can click it, bro. They're clickable. They're hyperlinked, bro. What are we doing? This is fancy. Look at that. So you put this on your iPad. You go, I don't know, somewhere in the car, and you study. That's what happens. So hopefully this helped. Let's look at the channel real quick. So I have tried to respond to everybody, and I always try to respond to everybody. I still honestly don't really know how this works a whole lot. I think you have to go to filter, and then no, we want viewer posts, sort by, published. I do not delete anybody's comments as well. Default. Okay, is it your community? What? Your community is off. What? You can't post them on the channel? That was weird. Okay, I don't know. I don't know how this works, to tell you the truth. Public subscribers. So I know I can do that. This was working a minute ago. Oh, published. Sorry, none was held. So I have to go publish, and then we go to public subscribers, and then boom. So subscribe so I can see your stuff, because I don't know how to see it otherwise. Like, pretty sure you can go here, and then you can go dance questions, mention time, public subscribers, subscriber count. No. So I try to respond to everybody. I'll put right here, like, I haven't responded, and I make sure that it's empty. So then we go to response status. I responded, so that should be literally everybody else. And then you get pretty much all of them. So thanks for commenting, guys. This dude, maybe we'll just make like a looking at comments video. But this was kind of different. I mean, if he's a CW4, he's an instructor pilot. He's done all these things. I guess I'll understand my job was, in the Army at least, I wore 3 different uniforms. I was to fly what they needed me to fly. I didn't give a auto about flying as a civilian. I was in the Army. I get that mentality. Like, I understand, like, yeah, your job is to fly the Army aircraft that they trained you to fly. I get that. And I was in the Army. Great. Well, a lot of us are in the National Guard, which means that we only get to fly once a week, once every other week. We don't get to fly a whole lot. So I get this, but it's definitely not applicable to everybody. I concentrated on doing the best job that I was capable of doing. Yeah, so does everybody, bro. Like, most people that I work with, I would say 99% of everybody I work with just want to do as good as they can do. That's a very common thing. Like, if you're not doing that in Army aviation, you're probably going to get got. Like, you're going to get let go somehow or a way. They're going to put you in a closet and tell you to color. So, yeah, of course. I don't know. This was just kind of came off a little weird. Like, yeah, I get it, bro. You did as good as you can do. That's what anybody is doing ever. Like, that's what we're all trying to do. I understand the mentality though. Like, I'm in the Army and I want to. I think that's just that ladder CW5 mentality right there. Like, young aviators should be focused on aviating and that's it. I get that, but also a lot of us that aren't full time, we have families to feed and people that rely on us to do things, and that makes us go do other things besides flying in the Army. We have to fly either civilian, or a lot of us are police officers. A lot of dudes are working as nurses, as EMTs, as firefighters, as police. Yeah, so. Yep, and thanks for commenting. If you're still here, nobody's going to watch this video, I already know. But hopefully, at least this dude up here, hopefully you get honestly, it probably should have posted the link, but maybe somebody else is going to see this and be like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Study stuff. So check out the study guide. It's a good one. Thank you for commenting, everybody that's commented. It helps the engagement, helps me get motivated to make more videos. Not that that's your job to do, but it does feel good whenever people comment and say things. This is what the channel looks like right now. We got 100 or 580 subscribers. We're trending positively. Our views are up, our hours are up, so we're looking good. Let's go to videos. So some of them have done well the past little bit, and some have not. So let's just go here. Redditors, 50 views. This Army Flight School one that my buddy did, 500. Okay. This guy, landing on I understate 81 reaction. That's 1,600 views. That's not bad. Got a bunch of dislikes though. That kind of sucks. Don't know why that is. Maybe I need to look at that. Well, whatever, you know. Most are positive. Smaller videos. Yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna go to bed, I guess. But thank you for commenting. I guess this one's super disliked. I don't know why so many people disliked it. I have to watch this one again, I guess, and see what I said or what I didn't say or something. But have a good night, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.